Throughout my many years of walking this path and following the way, I always enjoyed the teachings of other masters. No matter how much I think I know, or how wise I think I have become, there is always more to learn, other ways of seeing the way. The code is something that I am well versed in, both in knowing and doing. I studied under a fellow master, Otori Miko. I very much enjoyed his class and style of teaching. He is a wise and very kind and generous soul. I was particularly fond of his teaching of the codes. I will share with you what I learned from him. Like me, make sure you empty your cup when learning a new perspective. There are 3 codes that are used more often on this path. Each order or temple uses one version of them for the most part. Master Otori teaches that the codes are a trinity and are best used together in very specific ways. Each of the 3 codes are assigned to an aspect of our beings: mind, body, spirit. First is the Unity Mind Code. Emotion, yet peace. Ignorance, yet knowledge. Passion, yet serenity. Chaos, yet harmony. Death, yet the force.
We start with the Unity Code, the code of the mind, and the code of the student. This code acknowledges our human imperfections and our learned distance from the Force as a whole. It teaches us where our pitfalls are and how to overcome them. Emotion, yet peace. We have emotions, and despite very early teachings, they are not meant to be shunned or suppressed. They are meant to be tamed, reined in, and reigned over. We do not try to divorce ourselves from this form of expression, but we strive to break the control the emotions have over us. We fail, but we still keep training. You will fail, but you will keep going.
Yes, we have feelings and emotions. These are powerful tools that we wield. Like any other tool, we must use them with discernment and wisdom. When used properly, we remain steadfast and balanced, unaffected by the call and desire for a darker response. Human beings are creatures driven by needs and wants fueled by emotional desires. Because of this, you must consider the quality of your thoughts, motives, and actions. Fear, anger, and hate are precursors to doubt, confusion, envy, lust, and suffering. Humans are emotional beings. To deny this is to deny the truth. We can no more divorce emotion from the heart than the mind from our brain. Our emotions play a central role in how we perceive, interpret, and understand things. However, the need to govern our feelings is most important. While our emotions are essential to how we perceive and understand something, they can cause us to be objectively unbalanced. Emotions have a place in the hierarchy of critical thinking, but they should never control nor overly influence logic and reason. In recognizing this vulnerability, we find the motivation to cultivate our inner light and uphold the principles of virtue and righteousness. Vigilance, self-reflection, and a commitment to moral integrity are our shields against the encroaching shadows of darkness.
Ignorance, yet knowledge. We live in a state of ignorance, but we strive to end that ignorance where we find it. We push to learn about ideas, things, methods, and people. We do not serve things, methods, or ideas. We serve the Force by serving the people in it. If we maintain our ignorance, then we are of no use to them. We strive to learn what we need to know to be valued members of society, and then valued knights of the Jedi path.
Ignorance, yet knowledge, reminds us that when searching for truth, we must be mindful that ignorance exists within us, and that knowledge will illuminate the way to truth. Let this knowledge be your anchor in the tempestuous sea of human judgment. The allure of acclaim may beckon, but the path of wisdom remains persistent and unchanging. Within all of us is ignorance, and it is the role of our greater selves to help us find the knowledge we need to grow and prosper. Ignorance is something we are born with. If we do not seek and obtain knowledge, this can lead to an endless cycle of making mistakes. Repeating mistakes only serves to compound the challenges we face. Create a consistent practice of recognizing your errors and being committed and vigilant to learning from them. This is how we begin to break the cycle of self-inflicted adversity. Mistakes and shortcomings are a natural part of growth and learning, and essential to our self-development. Human beings are not perfect, and I do not endeavor to make people perfect. I do not endeavor to be perfect. Living a perfect life should not be the goal. Striving to be a bit better every day in as many aspects of your life as possible is a path toward living your best life. Acknowledging our ignorance is a profound step toward wisdom and understanding. To recognize and show gratitude for the boundaries of our knowledge is to possess a humility that allows for growth and learning that will last a lifetime.
Passion, yet serenity. We live with passion, and that is not a problem for the Jedi path. I know this line seems to say something different, so I'm going to explain. What this teaches is that we strive to stay in an internally serene place, rather than to act out of uncontrolled passions avoiding mania or manic states of mind. We should strive to recognize these states, in ourselves and others, so that we might be able to step away and allow the mind to find a state of serenity again.
Passion, yet serenity, reminds us that while we are working hard and diligently to see the principles of light shining through in everything we do, we must temper this feeling to maintain balance and harmony. Yes, unchecked passion can cause a great deal of trouble and strife. Unchecked passion leads to destructive and unhealthy attachment. The parts we play in the lives of others can sometimes have a limited role, and we are not always meant to be a part of the whole solution. Let go. Know when to stay, and know when to go. While our emotions are essential to how we perceive and understand something, they can cause us to be objectively unbalanced. There are moments where the passion for the things we trust and believe in has outweighed our logic and reason. Sometimes, the most profound gains come from releasing attachment and embracing the ever-flowing river of life. Conflict arises from resistance to what is reality, attachments to desires, and attempts to control or manipulate the external world. When we walk the path of light, there is an understanding that the ebb and flow of life are beyond our control, and true contentment is found in acceptance of the present moment.
Chaos, yet harmony. We live in an active, chaotic world, but we strive to keep ourselves from being swept away by the chaos or become an agent thereof. Our calling is to help calm the chaos and restore a sense of harmony to the world around us. That chaos can be small or large, anything from a phone constantly going off with notifications to a natural disaster. Whatever happens, to knock you from a state of inner balance, we must step back, step out of the melee, and see what is happening and how we can restore harmony.
Chaos, yet harmony. By releasing the need for conflict and control, we open ourselves to the serenity of living in harmony with the force. When you are in tune with life and the natural patterns in the universe, and within every living thing, you will start to understand the why of the people and things around you. In this state of serenity, you will walk the path of light with grace and ease, illuminating your way and casting a luminous glow upon the lives of those fortunate enough to cross paths with you. Chaos accompanies fear. The nature of fear is quite simple to understand. It is dangerous, slippery, and cunning as it lurks within the shadows like a scavenger waiting to feed on the mind, heart, and soul. Fear has many consorts within human nature, yet it is no friend or ally to any universal or cosmic power. If someone thinks that it is fear that renders aid or comfort from time to time while one walks the road of life, they are mistaken. We must not confuse fear with caution. For every obstruction or challenge, fear seems to help one avoid or negotiate ever so subtly. It erodes our confidence and perseverance as it corrupts our logic and reason and creates disharmony with Ashla. As you become one with the philosophy and practice of Ashla, the shadows of fear, confusion, attachment, and conflict will no longer be your burden. For peace and serenity, patience and calm, compassion and kindness, harmony and balance will become the travelers you walk with.
Death, yet the force. We are all going to die, in a physical sense. Our bodies have an expiration date. None of us truly know when that day will be, but we learn, through our interaction and connection with the force, that the acknowledgement of death should never keep us from living. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, merely changed. As such, even when we no longer make an impact on the living phase of the force, we will merely transition into the cosmic, the inactive state. There is a saying, I am not afraid of death, I am afraid of having never lived. Death is, after all, part of living.
Death, yet the force, is the last line of this code, yet it also, in a way, encapsulates the entire code with that of the force. Where ignorance is found, seek knowledge, temper passion with openness to all possibilities, create harmony within so that you can work amongst the chaos of life and understand that the force is endless and infinite, and that all endings become new beginnings. The profound connection between life force energy and the transcendence of death, my friend, touches upon the essence of existence itself. Life force energy flows through all living things, sustaining and renewing them. It is the thread that connects the individual to the universal. Our realized connection with this energy is to recognize that life and death are not opposing forces, but rather part of an eternal cycle. In the Ashla philosophy, death is not viewed as an ending, but as a part of the natural cycle of life. We believe in the concept of the force, which transcends physical death and connects all living beings. We practice meditation and other techniques to cultivate a sense of detachment and acceptance, which can help to alleviate fear and anxiety. We honor and remember those who have passed away and continue to draw strength from their memory and the lessons they taught us. Your truest form cannot be destroyed. Do not fear death, for when the body dies, there will always be existence. When one truly realizes this interconnectedness with life force energy, there is a sense of transcendence. It is an experience of oneness with the universe, where the boundaries of ourselves dissolve, and we become part of the vast tapestry of existence. Endings always become beginnings. This is the way of the universe. This is the way of the force,